What's going on, guys? This is Miasin, and today we're back with Calvin Chow, who managed to go undefeated in Swiss at YCS Minneapolis, but unfortunately lost out in top 16 to some inconvenient circumstances. So, yo, Calvin, what's good, man?
Yeah, so I was playing Bysstial Tearlaments with the help of Yassine.
My man, let's go! Yeah, we actually built like a monster of a deck. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, we've been working on Tearlaments for a while, ever since like Niagara.
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
And then I finally decided to play Tear for this event because it felt like the strongest deck.
Yeah, so now you have a YCS top with Splight and Tear, so you have mastered the format, basically.
Yep.
Alright, my man. Well, actually, do you have any shoutouts first?
Yeah, of course, shoutouts to Yassine for helping me a lot. He really knows a lot about Tear. Shoutouts to Team Java, of course.
Of course, yes. We can see the jersey.
And my friends that stayed with me, everyone from locals, everyone that helped like pitch in to like theory about the deck too.
Let's do it.
So yeah, pretty standard. 3 Rhino, 3 Sheeran, 3 Merly, 3 Havness.
Yeah, I mean, these ratios are just like so stapley that they're not even worth like explaining at this point. You just want names.
Exactly. And then the Bysstial part.
This is where we need an explanation.
Yep.
Especially with Blue Bellion.
Yeah, so when you open any one of these, of course these ones are the best ones, that's why we maxed it out.
Yep.
If you mill this, either one of these you summon, you can set up like the spell or the trap. And at first I was playing Fenris instead of the second copy of Serener and Druidworm. But I had a feeling I would play more Tearlaments, which I was right, I did. I was kind of afraid of the Sprite matchup, but I think the Tearlament like cards in general have like a really strong matchup against Sprite.
So how did you like the second Druidworm and the second Saronier? Because I only played one of each, and obviously I still played triple Ubalion and triple Magnamut, but I think one of the only differences in our deck list was that you played slightly more Bysstial monsters than I did. So how did that work out for you?
Yeah, these were like the last minute changes, but I wanted to see the Bysstial stuff as soon as possible, because if I mill these at any moment, I can set up like the spell or the trap, so which is really good. It puts me really ahead of the game. Yeah,
like the Bysstial monsters are just ridiculously good.
And I really like 3 copies. I see some people like maybe just play 1, but I think 3 is like mandatory.
Yeah, for sure. Like you actually want to draw the card.
Yeah, especially if you're going first, you activate this, you search Magnama, and if you're playing against Mirror Match, they have to like mill 2 names with Havness if they want to actually like do something.
Yeah, I think in the mirror match, the optimal move is just to not use Hoffiness on your opponent's turn. Like, you want to keep it like as an extender on your own turn, the majority of the time.
And I play the Brandon High Spirits package as well.
Yeah, Red Cartesia is ridiculous, huh?
And you could actually summon this from your hand, which is actually pretty relevant too. Yeah,
it comes up every now and then, yeah. But the Red Cartesia can also special summon itself when you have Albion the Shrouded Dragon in your grave, because it's treated as Fallen of Albaz in your grave.
Exactly. Yeah, this one is mainly to summon Baron.
Yeah, it's a level 4 tuner, how convenient. And I really like the Graveyard Recursion as well. That and High Spirits and the Bysstial monster that searches, it's like you always end your turn with like 4 cards in hand. Like the follow-up is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, I got Sphere moded against the Splight Runic player, and I still won that game just because I started my next turn with like 7 cards in hand.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes I would end my board and I would still have like 6 cards. And then it was nice because we play like Super Poly and Heartbeats and we can just pitch them.
Yeah.
The spells, Instant Fusion, of course, Terraforming.
Yeah, 4 field spells, Instant Fusion. That's just way too standard.
3 field spell, and of course the Brandon High Spirits to go along with the rest of the package.
Yeah, use this on draw phase. You dodge Valor and Droll.
3 Super Poly. This actually overperformed for me because a lot of people were trying to summon Lulu with that Dweller, and I just draw phase, activate Super Poly.
Yeah, turn player priority is insane.
And then like it's almost impossible to play around Super Poly in the mirror match, because I mean you have a Tearlament name already, and if you summon like a Aqua or whatever, I could just Super Poly you right there.
Yep.
The spell card, this one was actually broken. Like I didn't mind drawing this because if I just play this and I mill a Bysstial whenever, I could always summon this if they like summon a card on my turn, and if they Bysstial me and banish them, I could always like just draw a card. Yeah, so it wasn't the worst drawing it.
This card is incredible, and it's also good to mill. And you can mill it with Saronier or with Albion. So this card is just incredible.
Yep, this was sent a lot because the trap card always brings it back.
Exactly.
And the Heartbeats. Yassine actually convinced me to play this card. I actually really liked it. It comes up a lot in mirror match when you know they search Soliek. Yeah. And I also felt safer just having this. And sending it off from Kikalas is actually pretty relevant too.
Yeah, you can recycle back a trap from the grave to the hand, which is pretty cool.
Exactly. Then the traps, the 2 Soliak. I actually wanted to cut one out for crime, but I don't know if I still want to do that because I milled these so much that it was actually so nice.
Yeah, it's broken to mill. Like you get like a free monster surge, so
exactly.
It's really nice.
And of course the Branded Beast.
I kept drawing and milling this card more often than I placed it in the spell and trap zone with Lubellion. My RNG was so bad.
Yeah, sometimes I did the same too, but like it's so free with Lubellion.
Yeah, the card's overpowered, obviously.
And let's go
for the extra deck.
Yep.
Let's go.
My tokens.
Ooh, nice.
And then the standard.
Of course. 2,
of course. I'm too scared to play just one.
Yo, yeah, you don't want to get like DD Crow it into Scoop.
Exactly. Super Poly targets 2.
Garuru and Muddragon, yes.
I summon this a lot to like threaten game too.
Yeah, it can literally deal like 3k damage, even though it only has like 1500. It's really cool.
Yeah, this was pretty nice with Cartesio because you just make Baron.
And you draw one.
The nice part is like the Bystids are also level 6, so you don't always have to summon this to make Baron.
You can make, yeah, exactly, that's true. And you can also make Beatrice with like Garura and a Bystid monster.
Right. Drakus Depelia, just 1. And then on to the Link 2s. This, of course, and this. I always ended on this a lot with like a Druid Worm in hand, so it's like an interruption, and this is also can be another form of interruption if you have the field spell.
That's what I told you. It's like a triple interruption because you trigger the Druid Worm, you DD Crow, you send a card, and then you summon Sprint, you send Meru, and then you fuse for like something, and then you trigger the field spell. It's just ridiculous.
Right.
Like just this setup is insane.
Yeah, Yassine told me about this card and that can just summon this, and I was like, wow, that is insane.
Yeah, like you just don't need Unicorn, honestly.
Yeah, I won't deny though, like Druid Worm was kind of mid, like with the IP Masquerena against the mirror match, because there's nothing you really want to send, because it could trigger their effects.
That's true.
The Elf, the Dark. Yeah, obviously you summon these a lot. Or I summoned this a lot. I don't know if you did.
Elf, yeah, a few times. The Dark, I used it, I think, once, so I could link climb into Borload.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. I summon this all the time. Whenever they use the Masquerena, I just summon this.
Yeah,
get the Masquerena. If I summon another monster, I threaten Borload right there.
That is exactly what I did. Yeah, won me a game.
It's so crazy. Yeah, and there's the Borload. I actually played against a Runic Sprite. I Dark Hold him, and he chained his Masquerena. He summoned Avamax. I played through all his back row and his field spell. I summoned this. I took his Avamax, and I just attacked for game.
Yep.
And then, of course, the Baron. And the 2 extra deck cards, no Redoer. A lot of the times I would just end on Lulu and this card, because you either have Super Poly or I just straight up win.
Yeah, but even if they have Super Poly, like they go from 6 to 4 cards, and the Lulu Chaos comes back.
Yep, exactly.
It's like it really could have been worse. And the Beatrice did perform well for you?
Yeah, it was actually really good. I summoned it a decent amount. And then let's go to the side deck. So let's do the spells. I know this kind of looks weird, one Cosmic Cyclone, but I honestly didn't know what to put in my side deck, so it might look a little janky.
Dude, I have so many 1-ofs and 2-ofs in my side deck, it's ridiculous. I only have 1 3-of.
Exactly. Originally I was playing 3 Cosmic Cyclone, but you guys will see it kind of feels like redundant because I have like a lot of like
anti-back row cards.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But I replaced the 2 Cosmic with 2 Talents. And this overperformed for me. I really like this card. Against the mirror match, like I could play this going first or second.
It's actually Tommy Rowe who told me to play this card, and then I told you. So I don't know, like I'm glad it actually worked out, Yeah,
I decided this versus Sprite also. Because every time they have Elf or IP Masquerena, like this is going to be live for sure.
Yeah.
And then
I didn't side this or Cosmic, but like even the rest of the side deck I think is relatively the same between both of us.
Yeah, I actually didn't. I did side these in, but I never drew it.
Okay. I drew Duster once, and it acted like an MST. My opponent only had 1 back row.
Yeah. 3 Dark Hole. I actually really like this card.
Yeah, it's really good.
Against Sprite, like if they have Elf and you just Dark Hole them, they won't get the whatever they Monster Reborn, like the effect of that card. Yeah. And it also forces them to use the Masquerena right there. So if they search with Smashers, unless they have a starter, they're not going to be able to Smashers too.
Yeah.
And it was also pretty good against Rogue. and it's an optimistic mind.
That is true. Yeah, Dark Hole just does so much, man. Also triggers your tier, so it can be an extender when you get stopped.
Yep. And for the traps, I actually did not eradicate anyone, but it was like just in case I play against like a Mystic Mind deck or like a really like heavy runic sprite, like a lot of spells, something like that. Yeah. Crime always went in every time I go first, but Eradicator is honestly depending on like what their build was.
Yeah.
Because a lot of things are so chainable. Like it's so iffy, like playing Eradicator. I know it looks like it's free because your Bysstial cards like are just free.
It's worse than you think because this format has so many powerful quick play spell cards like Brandon High Spirits, Smasher, Starter, the Runic cards. Like Eradicator is just a powerful card by design, but it's just not really. It's not really its format, but it still is because of Mystic Mind, Dark Ruler, and like other cards. But I don't know, it's awkward sometimes.
Yeah, I didn't side this in against Mirror Match at all, especially if they were playing the Bysstial, because I didn't want to summon like a fusion and yeah, exactly. I didn't want to summon like any fusion and just to use this. I wanted to use a Bysstial, but the thing is, if they're playing Bysstial, they're trying to stop you from playing.
Yeah.
So I don't want to end on a mediocre board and just to use this.
Yep.
And on to the monsters. 2 Fenrir and Pengratos. I originally had 3, but Yassine convinced me to play the 3rd one.
Yep.
This I didn't draw this, but I did side this in a lot. I mainly wanted this versus Sprite, but sometimes I sided it in Tearlaments too when I'm going first. Yeah, because when I summon this, anytime they summon Bysstial on my turn,
you banish it right away.
It pretty much makes their Bysstial like a DD Crow.
Yeah, exactly. Unless they have like Magnamut, then it's like not the best trade for you. Because then they can summon whatever monster they searched on end phase. You can't use Fenrir again, and then you can jump over to the Fenrir because it's 25.
Magnamut was so broken. Like honestly, the mirror match was kind of like luck because if you resolve a Magnamut and you just pass turn, you can make a play like that's over. Like they're searching another card to stop you the next time you attempt to make a play again.
Magnamut is like the equivalent of drawing like 3 hand traps almost. It's a cheat code card.
And then the time card.
By the way, look at its level.
Yep, level 2. You can send this off Sprint. You can even revive this with Elf. Beatrice can send this also. You can mill it. But I didn't go into time at all, so
that's sick. That proves that you're such a competent player who actually knows how to play very fast and you know your deck inside out.
Unfortunately, because of the time rules, I had to play this.
Yeah, it's really... Because the thing is, you can get screwed over by your opponent. It's not even you necessarily who's, like, playing slowly. It's like your opponent can play slowly, and you get punished for your opponent.
Like, when I was playing against the mirror match, the chain links would just go up, like, so high. And it just takes a while to, like, resolve everything.
Yeah, nah, that's for sure. But, yo, overall, man, you actually killed it. Fantastic deck. Fantastic performance, 11-0. I think that's your record, actually, in like Swiss. But it's your 4th YCS top. That's nuts. You're actually insane, man.
All thanks to you.
Oh, no, I did nothing, man.
Alright, but that's about it. Unless you have anything else to say.
Yo, I think I'm good here. So, yo, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Again, huge shout-outs to Calvin for killing it at this YCS. Next one is going to be a win. And, yeah, let's go, guys.
Pasadena.
Thank you. Yeah, for sure. Pasadena, 1,000,000,000%, man. First and second. You get first, I get second. I thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys very soon. Peace.